Welcome to Genoo Tutorial 1, Creating a Microsite, Settings. We're going to go through how to create a microsite and establish the overall settings for the microsite. Start at the Microsite tab and click the Add Microsite button. Then you will enter the title you will give your microsite. This will show up in the microsite list within Genoo admin. Then enter the subdomain you want for this site. In this case, we're going to have tutorial 1. You add that to genoo.com and you'll have the way you can get to your microsite if you don't have a domain name. So it'll be tutorial1.genoo.com. If you have a domain name you would like to use for this microsite, we'll be covering that a bit later. Enter a description for the microsite and enter the copyright name that you want for this microsite. This will show up in the footer of every single microsite page. When you're complete with that, click the Next button. The next step is to specify the appearance of your microsite. You will do this by selecting from the available templates or page formats. This ranges from 3 columns full width to a single column or fixed width in either 800 pixel wide or 1024 pixel wide. You can also select between vertical or horizontal navigation options. We're going to select the 2-column fixed right small 800 pixel wide. Then we're going to select the style of horizontal navigation that we want. Admittedly, this isn't going to mean much right now, but as you get your pages added, you can come back and select the different navigation options and see what works the best for your look and feel. For now, we're just going to select one of the options and then click the Set Template button. Now we'll move on to the theme selection. We've got a variety of color combinations that you can select from as a starting point for your microsite, for your page look and feel. Look through the themes and select one that is closest to what you want. And start with that. We'll click the White Open option. When you select a theme, the associated colors are filled into the custom style elements lower on the page. You can edit or change any one of these fields to further customize and create the look and feel you're after. The next step will be to establish the header for your site. You can enter a website name and select the header, font, size, line height, etc., as well as the header background color. For purpose of the tutorial, we'll just say Tutorial Heading 1 as the header. We'll leave the background color and the default font, size, and style alone. Optionally, we could upload an image, a header image that will override the header text and font information. But we're going to leave it as is for now. As I said earlier, you can set and change any of the other values that were initially set by your theme selection. For example, global font, font size, link color, hover color, navigation menu colors, navigation font color and size, background colors for the page, etc. There are many options you can explore. When you're complete with your style color selections, click the Save Settings button. You have successfully created the appearance for the pages at your microsite. The next tab is called Domain Name and allows you to specify a domain name to associate with the microsite. If you have a domain name you would like to use for this microsite, you can enter it here and then you will update the DNS for that domain name and point the CNAME record to sites.genoo.com, and that domain name will be associated to your microsite. For purposes of the tutorial, we're just going to put tutorial1.genoo.com. The third tab is called JavaScript. If you have JavaScript that you need to include on every page at your site, you can enter that JavaScript here. An example is a web analytics tool that uses JavaScript, such as Google Analytics. When you set up your account at Google Analytics, for example, they will give you the JavaScript tag that you need to include on all pages at your site just before the closing body tag. You would paste that JavaScript into the footer JavaScript entry box and click the Update button. It will now be included on every page of your microsite. The final tab is the Advanced tab. If you happen to be knowledgeable in custom style sheets and would like to enter your own style sheet settings, you can input them into the Custom CSS entry box. In addition, if there are any tags you would like in the Head tag, as well as any custom header HTML or custom footer HTML, you can enter it here, click Update, and they will take effect. Now let's see what we have done to create our site. So we'll go out there, and what you're going to see is the skeleton. You've got the header name with the background font color. You've got your home section that has no content in it at all, and you've got your copyright. So that is what you have at your site. This concludes the tutorial on microsite settings. To keep learning about creating a microsite, move on to the tutorial on setting up pages and adding your content.